spotted. You got it?
No, I got an impact grenade from Grave.
Tracks down, it looks like. No, not quite.
What is going on, guys? Craig1287 here, bringing you yet another Battlefield 4 gameplay. Going on there in the background is going to be a pretty fun round from the CTE. I hope you guys do enjoy that, and I will be cutting over to the in-game sound just momentarily. I just wanted to say that on the Battlefield blog, one of the DICE employees, Dan Motox, I believe is how it's pronounced, he uploaded a just an article titled Battlefield 4 Fall Patch Coming Soon, and this was uploaded on the 19th, so this past Friday, and it's he never really says what soon is. He just kind of says that the fall patch is still targeted for a release at the end of September, so hopefully it's not going to be something like on the 30th or the 29th, or something that far into the end. Hopefully soon means maybe this upcoming week. That would be pretty darn cool. But he does talk about some of the things that they are going to be bringing in from the CTE, a lot of the changes. They don't give any specifics. He does say that when the actual patch does come out, they will be releasing a full list of actual patch notes, probably have some numerical values as to what percentages are being changed on some of the things that he lists in this article. But of course, that doesn't always happen to everything. There's always that one thing that they just kind of mention, and we all wonder, well, what's the exact value? And somebody at SimThick, they'll figure it out, and we'll have to rummage through a lot of code. But then there's going to be a lot of hidden things that DICE, they're not purposely hiding it. They know people are going to find it. It's just stuff that when all this is going on, different people that do player movement are not the ones doing the HUD changes, and the people that are working on netcode are not the ones making changes to the muzzle brake and heavy barrel attachments. There's different people in the crew, and it's just a lot of people involved, and so somebody will end up not mentioning, oh, by the way, I worked on this. Make sure you include that in your patch notes. So certain things just get left out, and I'm not going to go into all the specifics. Just some of the few that I find to be the handy dandiest, and that's going to be changes to game modes. Most importantly for me is the rush and carrier assault changes. On rush, they have made some crazy changes to the locations of the actual MCOMs, and they've done them to all except Dawnbreaker. I don't know if they plan to do it at one point, or if they just feel the Dawnbreaker is already in its current form of rush pretty darn good, which it is, I guess. It's one of the better ones, I would imagine. And for the carrier assault changes, again, they don't list any specific things here, but I can say that one of the things that they've been talking about changing that has been tested out on the CTE is the no spawn, the no parachute spawn when you are actually assaulting a carrier. That is one of the things that, in my opinion, kind of broke carrier assault. I still love the game mode, still my second favorite game mode in Battlefield history, only second to Titan mode. But it just made it way too easy for attackers. There was almost no reason to keep capturing the points out on the actual map, because they made it so easy to get aboard and to try to arm the two MCOMs in there. And that was the other thing, was that there were only two MCOMs. I didn't expect them to change that, because that would require them to recreate the entire innards of that base to make it bigger, to allow more room for 3 or possibly 4. So them removing the parachute spawn is amazing. The next thing that I'm real excited about is they are going to be changing the visual recoil system, and that is awesome. It's just gonna make things more accurate. That's pretty cool. Player movement, everybody is back to being sped up a bit. It's very similar to the BF4 playstyle. Let's see. Another thing is the revive mechanic and the general HUD improvements, the HUD triage changes. Things like opacity of things when you're aiming down sight, the revive little lightning strike icons are not going to block your screen. Objective-based icons are not going to block your screen if you're aiming at someone who is between you and Charlie's flag or something like that. You're not going to just see a giant orange Charlie thing, little C with the circle around it. If there's a bunch of people, you're not just going to, their Doritos are not going to block your view. In Obliteration, you're not just going to aim at the little bomb notification, you'll actually be able to see the person holding the bomb. So things like that are very handy. And with the revive mechanics, they now have that little ring around them that counts down slowly and shows you how long you actually have to be able to revive them, which is very, very handy. And I guess finally, the netcode is of course going to be the biggest stuff. The game just runs like a dream on CTE in terms of not only just netcode, not only are you dying less behind walls, are there fewer trade kills or mutual kills, but, and you know, things like shooting a chopper with a tank round, that, and getting an effect, but not actually getting a hit mark and dealing damage. Things like that don't really happen all that often, but the game just actually runs a lot smoother. My frame rate is steadier. I am in the hundreds and above much more often, so that's just pretty darn cool. There's a whole lot of other changes, and again, you know, things that I'm excited to see what the heavy barrel changes is. I did finally equip a heavy barrel while in CTE recently. After the big try out the 4 new DLC maps, I tried it out after that, so I don't know if I would have been experiencing their heavy barrel changes, but I popped it on the G36C just to see if that gun is decent in the CTE now with all the new netcode and whatnot, if it's actually a good medium to long range kind of alternative for the carbines because of its low rate of fire. And I happened to toss on a heavy barrel, and with the new visual recoil system, and I mean it was actually a decent gun at range. It really reminded me of the L85A2 from Battlefield 3, the slower rate of fire L85, not the one like we have now, where it was just a death machine for medium to long range combat. And it's interesting because it's a carbine, not an assault rifle or DMR. So that's pretty darn interesting. And they've done a lot of changes to bullet velocity, to slugs for shotguns, and suppressed weapons. And then they say selectively weapons. That pretty much means DMRs, as I came to find that DMRs are crazy good in the CTE now, and soon to be in the actual game. The damage model changes, obviously that's a big one, but they don't really give any specific details onto it. I mean, just crazy changes all around the board. Carbines and PDWs now have unique bullpup modifiers that give them improved bonuses over the rifle counterparts. Like, why that wasn't in the game originally, because they've kind of always given those close range I don't know. Yeah, guys, check out all these links. There's just tons of stuff, and then they kind of remind us of what they're trying to work on for the CTE right now, which is all of the team play initiative or the teamwork initiative or whatever I believe it's teamwork initiative. So yeah, guys, check that out. The link is in the video description down below. So read all of that, and then of course when the actual full patch notes come out, I will make a much more detailed one, video that goes directly into the values and things like that that I find the most important, and which ones I maybe not agree with, but that's going to be very few, because most of these changes are all really, really good changes for Battlefield. So guys, hope you enjoy it. Have a good one. Ta-ta. No, the auto spotter.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Oh, we are underneath Bravo.
Yes,
Yeah, we need to get topside. We need to get topside.
I'm underneath Bravo.
A guy on top. 2 guys, 3 guys.
Oh my god, the spawning on people you're shooting needs to change.
Yeah.
We need to get upstairs. Really?
Behind stairs.
can't see anything with this stupid scope.
Don't use the iron NV. It's the worst.
Well, I mean,
one.
it's. I can't do anything right now. And it's stuck on my gun.
What do you mean it's stuck on your gun?
I can't put it. I can't. Well, until I respawn, I can't change my attachments.
Oh, yeah.
So it's stuck on my gun.
Basically, use the flare, use smoke. It's the only way to break through when there are that many in one spot. That or lots of grenades.
Can you spot their smoke?
No, but
They can fool me.
sometimes it'll go
Well,
through.
if somebody spots them, you can see them through the smoke. You can see the spot thing.
You can't spot through
But
smoke.
you can't. Yeah, you can't toss smoke out and then start spamming Q to try to get a lucky spot. That doesn't work.